Now it's time for our next speaker, for our next intervention from Eddie Rich. Eddie, you are the Executive Director at the International Hydropower Association, and you are talking about something that also, I think, leads us into this new paradigm about the aspect of sustainability in this transformation that we're aiming at. Eddie, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Stefan. Thanks, everyone, and well done, Stefan, for organising all of this. And I think I echo what Rena has said about well done for calling it renewables work together, because I think we've heard all the speakers say that this is not just about generation; it is about the whole mix, getting the most out of wind and solar and variable renewables. And so you need balance, you need flexibility. You've got a choice for long duration energy storage at the moment, proven technologies really between gas and hydro, and that's a big challenge for the world. And I think most of you have been following some of the chat going on in parallel to this, and within that, Merv and some others have said, yeah, look, we don't need these technologies like hydropower that have a bad record on environmental sustainability. It's a good challenge. It's a good challenge. We haven't always been beautiful, and we need to do better. We need to recognise that. We hear this a lot, of course, and I think we need to own that challenge, and that's what we've been trying to do over the last 15 years. We have, I suppose, as the granddaddies of the renewables, been facing this challenge for longer and hopefully got some lessons which are helpful for other renewables as well. If you're tackling a problem as complicated as addressing climate change, then you're probably going to need to build some infrastructure. If you're going to need to build some infrastructure, you're going to have some challenges to conservation. So the challenge is, how do you create a net positive impact? How do you measure getting that net positive impact? That's the challenge we set ourselves 15 years ago, and we've been working with environmental and social NGOs, with governments, with international financial institutions, and we developed a well-recognized international set of sustainability tools, environmental, social, and governance tools to assess what is it that is good practice and what is best practice. And now these have been developed, as I say, in multi-stakeholder environment, not just a industry self-regulating, and it's been recognized now, aligned with the World Bank and IFC sustainability framework. The Climate Bonds Initiative have recently used it for their hydropower requirements, and the EU taxonomy use it for their sustainability investment framework. So we've got these tools which tell you what's good practice, what's best practice. Now we've got to turn them into a certifiable standard. That's what we're doing, and we will launch it in 2 months' time, September. And that is the chance for us to say, right, this on a binary scale is good practice or not good practice, and then there's a whole set of nuance between good practice and best practice. And we try to encourage constant improvement against environmental, social, and governance requirements. And there will be, you'll have a chance to be part of the consultation on that if you go on to hydrosustainability.org. As I say, that's been developed in a multi-stakeholder environment. We're going to try and embed that within our own organisation, within International Hydropower Association. So we're moving from being a sort of pay-to-play kind of organisation to being a values-based organisation. We're going to try and only represent the progressive end of the sector that has committed and is demonstrably committing to sustainable hydropower. For us, there is no excuse now, because this has been accepted by so many wide bodies, and no excuse going forward for any hydropower development not to be aligned with good practice, not to have a net positive. We need to get that message out, because the challenge that Merv and others have set is a fair one, but we have to be better than we have been in the past. Now, I just wanted to sort of set that out very clearly. We will be working with geothermal as well, to see whether some of these tools, which we've already begun to work with them on, may be developed into a geothermal standard. And if any other of the renewables are also facing some of these challenges, we'd be more than happy to work with them. You know, you could imagine 5-10 years down the line a sort of a unifying framework for sustainability for the renewables. I think that would be very welcome. So that's what we want to say. We, as Hydropower, we feel we have to play our full role in the energy transition, the challenges that have been set by the speakers, but we will only do that when people realise and accept we are sustainable. That actually happens when we take on those challenges. Finally, I want to give a big plug and big shout out for IEA's special report on hydrogen. I haven't seen it, so I don't know, you know, whether it says nice things, nasty things about us. Bring it on.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eddie. I don't know whether it's just on my side, but just your last sentence, I couldn't hear so well. I understand from Paolo that, Paolo, you were happy about what Eddie said. Thank you very much anyway, Eddie. I think you touched a very important topic. Sustainability is important, and for sure we want to be better than our predecessors, the fossil energy sector, in particular nuclear fossil sector. And there's certainly less impact from renewables, but there is some, and we have to minimize that. There's no doubt about that.